Hi everybody, it's been 2 years since Russia invaded Ukraine.
Russia invades Ukraine. In the capital, helicopter attacks capture the airports.
Enormous blasts, also in the city of Dnipro.
And Russian troops are reportedly inbound. Ukraine is under attack by land, sea and air. The Russian invasion appears designed to decapitate the country and install a new regime.
Period is critical is that it will decide how long this war lasts.
And when this war started, many economists in the world predicted that the Russian economy would completely collapse because Russia was not just in war with Ukraine, it was also battling against the United States and the European Union.
President Putin needs to stop this senseless aggression.
President Putin chose this war. Every day the war continues is his choice. He could end the war with a word. It's simple.
Putin is trying to use energy as a weapon against Europe and our support indeed for Ukraine. We cannot let him win.
So Russia was practically fighting an economic war with two of the most powerful economies in the world. But you know what, guys? Somehow, in spite of 17,000 sanctions, Russia's economy has not collapsed even after 2 years. And this is so shocking that today, the IMF itself has revised its GDP forecast of Russia from 1.5% to 2.6%. And many economists say that there has been no change in the living standards of the people in Russia at all. In fact, now it is one of the fastest growing economies among the G7 countries.
Despite the war and sanctions, the Russian economy is still growing.
Russia is now transforming into a wartime economy.
Yet this year its economy is set to grow faster than all advanced economies, according to the International Monetary Fund.
Russia has still managed to avoid the financial collapse that many predicted would bring it to its knees.
Russia's economy is growing despite a tranche of Western sanctions.
So the question is, how did Russia manage to keep its economy afloat even after 2 years of war? What is their secret strategy that is keeping them intact in spite of going against the most powerful countries in the world? And last and most importantly, what are the lessons that India needs to learn from the extraordinary endurance of Russia? The first reason why Russia didn't fall is because the West wrongfully assumed that Russia is a state-run economy and not a market-run economy. For those who don't know, there are two types of economies. One is a state-run economy like North Korea, and the other is a market-run economy like India. A state-run economy is where a country has centralized decision-making, which means that the state will control all the output, prices and resources in different sectors in the economy. For example, in North Korea, the government itself controls everything from which crop to produce to how much crop to produce, at what prices to sell and who to sell to.